Hey Leo, we're here for your weekly tarot love reading, August 4th through to August 10th. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and for any of you lovely cross watchers dealing with a Leo romantically. Now, I do like to remind you, Leo, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate. You are always welcome here to take what works and leave the rest. And just a quick reminder that if you'd like to get a personal reading, I offer those through Etsy, and the link is in the description box below the video. So we're going to jump into it, Leo, but you know I got to wish you a happy birthday. So to all of my lovely Leos out there who are celebrating their birthdays this week, I am sending you guys so much love, so much happiness, all the good stuff. I hope it's amazing. Definitely feel free, leave a comment, let me know what you're doing to celebrate you, and I hope you're doing something fabulous. So sending you guys lots and lots of love for all of my Leos who are having their birthdays this week. Okay, guys, let's jump into it and let's see what could be coming toward Leo in love. Ooh, first card coming out today. It came jumping out of the deck, Leo, and we have got unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So this is always very fascinating energy because it basically suggests to me that you could be dealing with some sort of romantic situation where there is an imbalance. Maybe there's somebody who's really into you and you don't feel the same way, or vice versa. So there's something here that might be feeling a little bit off balance in your love life this week, but let's see where it goes. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Leo. Heart-to-heart conversations honestly discuss your feelings with each other. I almost kind of wonder if what could be going on here, Leo, is maybe you're involved with somebody and they've kind of been pulling back their energy, okay? You know when this happens where you're with somebody, you're in love, you're dating, you're having a great time, and then all of a sudden you're like, I think something has shifted in their energy. I think something has changed. I feel like they're not as available. I feel like they're not texting me as much. I feel like that's the dynamic that you could be experiencing. Now, the good thing that I see here so far, Leo, is that it does look like you could be having a conversation about this. So we do have the energy of heart-to-heart conversations, which suggests a potential explanation coming in. So if your person has gone quiet, if they have not been as available, if they have not been texting as much, calling as much, making as much plans with you, maybe they're going to be coming towards you this week with some sort of explanation to help you understand exactly what's been going on. Let's get one more card about what could be coming toward Leo this week, and then codependency. Interesting, you guys. So it says addictions are affecting your romantic life. So this is something unhealthy that's coming into play, something unhealthy that's kind of like messing with the dynamic. So I almost wonder if that's what's going on. Maybe you're dealing with somebody and they are not as available to you, and you're trying to figure out like what has happened, what has shifted in this connection. Why are they going cold? Why are they not talking to me? Why are they not texting? The codependency card definitely suggests that there could be something unhealthy going on for them. Now, it's a general rating, you guys, so the way that it applies will be different for each of you. But it kind of says to me that maybe your person's been struggling with something in their life, something that's been personally challenging for them. And when we go through a struggle, sometimes we can pull back from other areas of our life. So maybe if this person has been struggling with some personal issues, that's what's led them to pull back from you. So it's not necessarily an issue of something that you have done or something that you have said, but it could very much be something personally that they've been going through. But like I said, Leo, the energy is also interesting because even though it suggests that they have been pulling back due to some sort of personal struggle, I also feel that there's energy here to suggest that they could come towards you this week with some sort of opening, some sort of confession, some sort of conversation where they explain to you why they've been acting the way that they've been acting. So there could be a heartfelt conversation that's going to happen between you and this person. So that's what I kind of see for the overall vibe for this week. What we're going to do for the rest of the reading, Leo, is we're going to look more at this person and we're going to look more at you. So we're going to look at their overall energy, what they could be feeling, what actions they could be taking. I will look at the same thing for you, and then we will look at the potential outcomes. So let's kind of see where this goes. Tell me about this person who Leo is involved with, please. First card coming out is the Tower. That's like kind of wild energy, you guys. The Tower is a big, big, big shakeup. So right off the bat, I'm like, is your person going through some sort of huge Tower moment? It fits with what I was saying, right? Where I'm like, there could just be something kind of crazy going on in their own life, and it's so big that they're completely distracted. Maybe they're emotionally overwhelmed. Maybe they're just like triggered by something, overwhelmed by something, like there's something big that's got shaken up and now they're dealing with it. And that's why they could be pulling back. I'm not saying it's okay that they're pulling back, Leo. I'm just telling you what might be causing it, right? So the Tower is definitely suggesting that things could be kind of chaotic in their life, kind of rocky. There could be big challenges that they're encountering, big shakeups, big changes. All of these things could be potentially contributing towards a disconnect in the energy. Tell me more, please. The Three of Wands. Okay. I'm also getting the energy of like a wake-up call, and I'm going to tell you why. So here's the thing with the Tower. The Tower is such a huge shakeup, right? It shakes something up. Often what it does is it breaks down something that's no longer serving us to clear the space for something better to come in. And I've said this to you before, Leo. For me personally as a tarot reader, I'm always very, very interested to see what comes after the Tower. What comes after the big shakeup? What does that look like? So for your person, the card that's coming after the Tower is the Three of Wands. Now, the Three of Wands is a very visionary energy about looking ahead, moving towards opportunities, seeing those opportunities coming into our lives. And so I feel like whatever this shakeup is, it's actually a really good thing for your person because it's allowing them to clearly see the path forward. I feel like something challenging is being removed from their life, and now they can start focusing on the future. They can start focusing on what they want. They can start focusing on the connection between the two of you. So like I said, they may have been pulling back from you to deal with something unhealthy or problematic within their own life. The Tower suggests that situation is getting cleared out, it's getting dealt with, and now your person is in a good place to actually start thinking about the future. That's where you could start to see this outreach, Leo. That's where you could see this person, after maybe being a bit more quiet and unavailable, now coming towards you and explaining why they've been unavailable. But also with the Three of Wands, it kind of suggests them talking about what they want next for the connection between the two of you. Tell me more about their energy this week, please. Empress, yeah. I mean, they want to love and nurture this connection, Leo, right? So the Empress is loving, caring, abundant energy. The Empress is pregnant. So maybe for some of you, you have kids with this person, or this could indicate that your person does see you as somebody who they want to have kids with. Not everybody wants kids, by the way. I always say that. So if that's not true for you, don't worry about that message. But there's a sense here of a lot of love. Your person wanting to really just, make you feel loved, to really kind of give you that affection and that care that you deserve. And I do think it is coming in potentially after a period where they have not been as available. So I'm seeing a shift here that could be happening within the energy and in how they approach you, Leo. So let's see what they could be feeling this week, please. The Knight of Wands, okay? So maybe some of you guys are dealing with a fellow fire sign romantically, another Leo, maybe an Aries, maybe a Sagittarius. This is someone who's very attracted to you, somebody who is really wanting to move things forward emotionally, because this is showing up in your person's feelings. So I do think, again, it's like I'm kind of getting this message, Leo, if things have been quiet, if you've been wondering about their feelings, wondering if they're as committed to you, I do think that this week has the potential for kind of like two things. For something challenging in their life to finally start to be resolved, and then for that to clear the space for them to come towards you and start to pursue you. Tell me more about what they could be feeling this week, please. The Ten of Swords. I think they're going to be saying sorry, Leo, honestly. The Ten of Swords is a heavy card. It indicates betrayal, feeling backstabbed, like trust issues. I kind of feel like your person knows that they hurt you, right? I think they know that by pulling back, by going cold and not being as available, obviously that has caused pain within the relationship between the two of you. I'm really getting the message here that they're going to apologize for that. Tell me more about what they could be feeling, please. And then the Page of Pentacles, yeah. I think you're definitely getting them reaching out to you this week, Leo. You could be dealing with an Earth sign, a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn, but the Page of Pentacles is somebody reaching out, extending an olive branch, wanting to talk, wanting to have a conversation. They might even be giving you something because the Pentacles are like the tangible, the material. Maybe they're giving you a gift to show their love for you. They're giving you some sort of token of affection. So I'm getting strong energy here, Leo, to really suggest that this person could be reaching out to you this week. So you could be hearing from them very soon. Tell me what actions they could be taking, please. Three of Swords, yeah. They're trying to make amends here. So this is one of those like really complicated type of situations where I feel your person loves you, but life got in the way. You know what I mean? It's like the two of you may have been moving along in your relationship. Things were great. You were really happy. But then this tower stuff started to happen for your person. Now, unfortunately, I'm not sure that they dealt with it in the right way. You know what I mean? Because we are seeing cards here to suggest that maybe they pulled back, they didn't communicate, they didn't talk to you. So you were kind of left in the dark, not really knowing what exactly it was that was happening. And that hurt you, right? And so what I see here with the Three of Swords in your person's actions is really them trying to make up for the emotional pain that they have caused by their behavior. What other actions could they be taking this week? Strength, yeah. So this is Leo energy. Maybe some of you are dealing with a fellow Leo romantically. They're hoping that the strength of the connection between the two of you is strong enough that you can overcome this. I also think they're going to be coming in and telling you how strongly they feel for you. I think they're really having to, in a way, prove their love, right? Because they're the one who's now going to have to show you that they are serious about you if they are the one who pulled away. You know what I mean? So it's like they now need to come in and prove to you that they have these strong feelings and that they believe the two of you have the strength to move forward together. What other actions could they be taking? Five of Cups. I think they're going to be apologizing for all the ways in which they let you down, right? So what I can see is if you're resonating with the energy, take it or leave it as always, Leo. But if you're connecting with the messages today, I think you've been dealing with a frustrating situation where somebody has gone cold, they've not communicated, and it has led you to question where you stand with this person and how they feel. I think the reason for that is some sort of big shit that was going on in their life. I think the way that they dealt with it was maybe not the best, because instead of communicating and being open with you, I think they pulled back. I don't think it was about you, but it made you feel like it was about you. And now I see them reaching out to you this week to explain, to apologize, and to try to make amends, and to see if the two of you can find a way to move forward. And I think you're going to have to decide, do you want to do that or not? Okay? So let's look at you. Tell me about Leo's energy for this week. Six of Wands. Interesting. Six of Wands is a card of victory and success. I mean, maybe you're hoping that there's the potential for a successful outcome here. Six of Wands can also be very connected to work. So maybe some of you have been throwing yourself into your work as a way to kind of distract yourself from what's been going on. Tell me more, please, about Leo's energy. Justice. You definitely want an apology. So I think for you to even consider pursuing anything further with this person, you're definitely looking for them to make amends. I think the Justice card shows that you feel that they have done an injustice to you, and they're owning it. To be clear, Leo, I think they're owning it, but I definitely think, like, you know, step one to them trying to fix things is they've got to apologize for what happened. I think you're definitely expecting that. Tell me more, please. And then the Four of Cups, yeah. This is one of those tough things, you guys, because on the one hand, you may love this person, but on the other, you're very unhappy with what they've done here, right? Like, this is one of those things where, sure, they can come back with an explanation and say that they're sorry and that they love you, but it doesn't change the fact that they hurt you. So the Four of Cups, you're like, do I give them a chance? Do I not? If I don't give them a chance, do I feel like it's going to be a missed opportunity? But there's also a sense of wanting to protect yourself emotionally as well, because even if this person is coming in with these big apologies, it doesn't change the fact that they went cold on you, for example. And so they've shown you that kind of behavior, and now you need to figure out, like, are they taking ownership? Are things going to change? Do you feel confident that it won't happen again? I think that these are all things that are kind of like floating around in your mind. What could Leo be feeling this week, please? Six of Swords. Oh, okay. I gotta say, I don't see you like jumping right back into their arms. If anything, I think you're gonna make them work for it. And I think with the Six of Swords, it shows that you've been trying to emotionally detach from the situation. So for some of you, maybe you already started to like disconnect from them and now they're back and you're like, okay, like I was kind of starting to move on without you or think about a different future, but now they're pulling you back in, right? Tell me what else Leo could be feeling, the Knight of Swords. I think the big thing for you is that you don't want to be in this stuck energy. I think if you're connecting with the energy today, it feels like things have probably felt a little bit like yucky and stuck between you and this person because things have been slowing down. They haven't been communicating. And so I think you're looking at it, you're like, whether we're going to be together or not, like things cannot continue the way that they are. Like if you decide to give this person a chance, I think you're going to be very clear, like all this shit that went down, that's not cool and that can't happen again. Like it's fine if you have hard things that happen in your life, but in the future, you can't go cold and shut me out. In the future, you have to communicate with me. So I think that if you do decide to give them a chance, you're going to be very clear about what the parameters are and what the expectations are moving forward. Tell me more about what Leo could be feeling, the Fool. Okay. So yeah, I think you're going to be a little back and forth. You can let me know if this connects. Like, I don't see you jumping into their arms. I do see you being hesitant, but I also feel there is part of you that wants to give them a chance where you're like, okay, maybe I can take a leap of faith. Maybe we can give it a chance and see how it goes. Like, I think there is part of you that's definitely open to it. But again, part of you is a little bit scared because you feel like you got burned by this person. Your energy feels cautious, but also curious, right? Tell me what actions Leo could be taking this week, the Moon, all right? That's actually pretty significant given what we've looked at in this reading. So the Moon tends to show up when things have been hidden. And as we've talked about at length, your person may have gone through some stuff and instead of talking to you, communicating with you, finding comfort in you, they shut down and went cold. And they kept things to themselves and they did not talk about what was going on, which is that Moon energy. It's the things that are hidden. So I think that when it comes to this connection, this is you taking action to be like, if we're going to have any chance to make this right, we got to get everything out in the open. Like, I want you to talk to me about what happened. Like, you're looking for an apology here, Leo, and I think you're looking for a very clear explanation and honesty about what exactly has been going on. Tell me more about what actions Leo could be taking, please, the Hermit, okay? So after you guys hopefully kind of clear the air and talk about stuff, I do see you going into that Hermit mode and digesting this information, taking some time to ultimately think about how do you feel, what do you want? After you've now communicated with this person, how is your heart feeling? What do you desire moving forward? I think the Hermit is actually really good, you guys, because it tells me that you're taking time to think this through. Whatever you decide to do, whether you give them a chance or not, I think it's coming from a very thoughtful place with that Hermit energy. Tell me what other actions you could be taking. Page of Wands, okay. I mean, Page of Wands is very fun, flirty energy. Kind of suggests that you're going to give them a chance because you might be like, okay, I don't like what happened, but I still feel there's enough here that's good enough to work on, and you still feel the chemistry. The Page of Wands could indicate maybe the two of you bringing some of that fun, flirty energy back into the connection after a really tough moment. So like I said, your energy is kind of a bit of a mixed bag to me, Leo. It's like, I think part of you is like, I don't like how they handle things, and I'm protecting myself, but then there's part of you that still wants to be with them and is still curious, right? So I think what you decide to do is really going to be contingent on the nature of the conversations that the two of you have, right? And basically seeing how you feel when they come towards you and how they explain things and how they apologize. Then you can decide what you want to do. So moment of truth here. Let's see what the potential outcome is within this situation. Queen of Wands. I mean, to me, this is a positive outcome, Leo. It's your energy, by the way. So again, like I said, you could be dealing with another fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius. This could also just represent you stepping into your power, your purpose. This to me is positive though, like to get it in the outcome, it is suggesting a positive outcome. I do think it is possible that there's still enough love and passion between the two of you that you decide to give this person a chance. I do think the outcome is suggesting that. But as we talked about, I think there's parameters that come with that. I think they need to come in and apologize. They need to take ownership. They need to be accountable. And I think that you also need them to be honest with that Moon. They need to be truthful. And you need to know that this is not going to happen again. I really think that I keep getting the message of you looking them in the eyes and being like, okay, I'll give you another chance. I'll take you back. But next time this happens, I'm out of here. So this needs to not happen again. And that comes from that Queen of Wands, right? The Queen of Wands is a very confident energy. It's somebody who doesn't put up with bullshit. That's essentially what the Queen of Wands energy is. Don't worry about the gender, it's the energy. And so I do see you potentially giving this person a chance, but I also see it's from a very empowered place, Leo, where you'll give them a chance, but you're confident in what you want and you know what you deserve and you're not going to settle. So I think you'll give them a chance to meet you where you're at. If they don't, I do think you'll walk away. So it's one of those things where I think you might let them back in, but if they mess up again and again, I don't think you're going to stick around, you know? So it's kind of like, I'll give you a chance, and if your behavior has changed, great. But if I give you a chance and I'm seeing the same kind of stuff happening, I don't think you'll stick around for much longer. So it's really just going to be a little bit of like a wait and see. I do see you giving them a chance, and then it's going to kind of be watching their behavior over time to see if the changes that they have made are consistent. And then that's going to be the real indicator about, you know, have they changed or not. So that's what I see for you this week, Leo. If you enjoyed this reading, you know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. If you'd like to get a personal reading, I offer those through Etsy. The link is in the description box below the video. I wish you love, I wish you happiness, Leo, and I wish you happy birthday if you've got your birthday this week. And we'll talk again very, very soon. Bye, guys.